to go along with the steal.
Opening tip goes Oglethorpe's way as Camario Rivera won the tip. It looks like the Hendrix Lady Warriors open in man-to-man. Nice little man set here. Ball screen for Tucker, and Tucker buries the jumper from the right elbow. Great start.
Yeah, really good start. Little down screen. Olivia pulled up right inside the three-point arc and very pure. Good to see her getting some early offense.
Man-to-man for Oglethorpe as well. They're looking to post up Primo. Loose ball stolen by Rivera. I would think Oglethorpe's pressure will bother the Lady Warriors. Lady Warriors turned it over 15 times against Oglethorpe last Sunday.
See how early Michaela Primo goes into attack mode. She was a monster the other night. The jump shot was there. Nice whip down inside.
Turnaround by Rivera off the rim, no good. Good penetration. They've got a bigger player. They've got Maddie Pierce trying to defend Michaela Primo. We'll have to watch that matchup. I don't think Pierce can stay with Primo. Primo is a quick, pesky defender, will also affect Pierce, I'm sure. Oglethorpe switching on D. Pierce trying to get a shot off. Tucker doesn't allow it. Long three is off the mark from Alicia McCoria, and Oglethorpe brings it down.
Yeah, good defensive set there in that 2-3 zone. Really closed out on everything Hendrix was trying to do. And you could see a concerted effort. 3 trips down. 2 of them have already gone to Camario Rivera.
That foul going against Shelby Heil coming from behind. Official called the hold. It'll be inbound under for Oglethorpe. 20 seconds on the shot clock. It gets reset to 20. Trying to get the possession arrow switched out. We've got it switched out. Michaela Primo will inbound. Pass a little bit high off of Melton's hands. Maddie Pierce brings it down for Hendrix. Michaela Havica was there with the defense, but Pierce did a nice job to score over her. Melton in transition. Thinks otherwise. Rivera from the left elbow is nothing but net.
And the maturation of Malia Melton, that's a shot that maybe a month and a half ago she drives into trouble. This one she finds her big talented center and is rewarded right there with an assist.
That's a great point, John. You're absolutely right. It's a little sobering to think that Oglethorpe starts 5 freshmen right now on the floor. So when we talk about maturation here in the second half of the season, they've all grown up a bit.
That they have.
Michaela Primo just drives right by Maddie Pierce. I don't think Pierce can stay with it. That'll be a really interesting matchup to keep watching.
Yeah, and Coach Ritchie not going to do man-to-man on the other side. Actually, right now, he does have Michaela Primo guarding Maddie Pierce, so Hendrix may want to take advantage of that, a size differential, but I think you're right, Roy. On the other end, that defensive matchup's going to be tough.
Shot off the mark, rebounded by Heil. She gets it inside into the paint to Bliss Harmon, who puts it in, 6-4.
Yeah, that's an offensive rebound opportunity and leads to a second shot. That's when Coach Ritchie, they cleaned up a lot in the second half the other day.
Olivia Tucker buries a 3 early in the possession, knocks it down. She had a couple the other night. She's feeling it.
You can tell she's getting a lot more comfortable with her shot. That's 2 jumpers she's already hit, very pure, no hesitation, which is like what you like to see.
Another steal by Rivera. Primo pushes it up ahead to Rivera, who's running the floor. She gets bumped, no call, but she finishes off the glass. And right away, a timeout from Drew Gang, the coach with Hendrix.
He's in his 10th year at Hendrix, but he's seen enough early on, and that's because the Stormy Petrels are off and running. We talked about the other day, early offense was what was able to get things done against Rhodes. Sometimes you have to push, and you have exactly that, Roy. I know you love the philosophy of pushing the basketball.
Absolutely. Love that fast break game. And Drew Gang really unhappy. Bliss Harmon with the turnover. And, you know, they too are trying to get inside. We've seen Camario Rivera pick up some early fouls this season. Clearly, Hendrix is trying to do that because when you take Rivera off the floor, it does affect Oglethorpe's offensive sets. Obviously, he's their leading scorer, but boy, was he unhappy with Bliss Harmon.
Right.
The post entry just wasn't there.
Well, you look early on, 5 of 6 start from the floor from the Stormy Petrels. We've mentioned that they've had a lot of issues throughout the year with slow starts, and it has to do when you're starting 5 freshmen. A lot of times that's going to happen. The line change has come in. The only starter staying on the floor, actually 2 staying on the floor, Olivia Tucker and Kamaria Rivera are going to be there. Gabby Hudson, Carly Bell, and Morgan Skipper making their debuts today.
Still man-to-man for Oglethorpe. Oglethorpe shot the ball really well last Sunday against Hendrix, shooting 54% from the floor for the game.
Simone Shields checking in for Hendrix. Good block there by Morgan Skipper.
Bella Cates thought she had an open 3 because there was space, but Skipper's so long, she got a hand up and blocked that one. Kick out goes to Chloe Grimm, who's off the mark. Offensive rebound. It is going to go off of Hendrix, and it's Oglethorpe ball. Yeah,
and that was, while the offensive rebound was knocked around, great defense there from Olivia Tucker coming in from behind to kind of poke that one away and set up an offensive opportunity.
11-4 early lead here. Almost midway through the first quarter. Rivera, pump fake, goes in strong, just muscles right through Maddie Kardec. Kardec's a 6'2" freshman out of Branson. A little bit thin body type, and Rivera just powered right through her to the glass.
Yeah, Rivera was able to use that body in between. Rivera's got a nice size underneath, and as she matures throughout the years, she's going to be a monster in the SAA.
Cates off the mark on a 3. Oglethorpe bringing it down the floor. Tucker's dish a little long. Skipper back to Rivera. Rivera is hot as a firecracker here. Literally knocks down a 12-foot baseline jumper. Good drive and kick by Morgan Skipper to set that up.
Yeah, Oglethorpe has 15, over half of Kamaria Rivera. She's got 8 as she's off and running early on.
Simone Shields drives, kicks out to Bella Cates for a 3, no good. Great box out by Carly Bell. Scramble for the loose ball. Bell comes up with it, and she's going to bring it down the floor. Tucker draws the foul and knocks it in. A great start. That call is going to go against Maggie Pardek on the drive. Tucker will go to the free throw line for an old-fashioned 3-point play as Oglethorpe with a great start, 17-4. We talked about the need for a quick start last weekend. It wasn't that way. Oglethorpe led 16-14 at the end of the first, and then both teams scored 17 in the second. It was the second half where they pulled away from Hendrix.
Yeah, and we've talked about the second and third quarters have usually been kind to Oglethorpe. It's the first and the fourth that have been a struggle, but they had a great fourth quarter on Friday night to pick up the victory, and they're shooting 89% from the floor through 5 minutes of action.
That's a tough call. Great help side defense from Malia Melton, although the foul is going to go against Gabby Hudson. You know, we talked about the maturation of a really young team. One point that I love about this early start is we talked to Malia Melton, the player of the game, on Friday, and I said, what is it going to take coming off of a big emotional win like this against a second-place team? She said, we want to be humble in victory, and you can see this is a team that came in here ready to play today.
Yeah, you want a 2-0 weekend. That's what you're aiming for, and to kind of move back up the standings. Shields, who's at the free throw line, she had a really good game the last time they played. 4 of 7 from the floor, 11 points. Coming off the bench, so she's somebody to watch for, number 3 in white.
Hits 1 of 2 free throws there. It's 18-5, 4 minutes left in the first half. Gonna call a jump ball. That was pretty quick dual possession call, but Gabby Hudson gets tied up. It's gonna go to Hendrix.
I think I've realized the shoe game now for Michaela Primo. I think it's Friday night electric blue and the more colorful red and white shoes here on Sundays. It's almost like Tiger Woods with the red.
Yep. Alicia McCoy checking back in for the Lady Warriors. Here Pierce, a quick double on her. Morgan Skipper, great closeout on the shooter there. Scramble for the rebound is going to come to Morgan Skipper. Eventually picked up. Good handles from Gabby Hudson. Skipper's going to take a three in transition. Little Michaela Primo comes up with the scrambling offensive rebound. Gabby Hudson now is going to take a jumper from the right elbow. No good. Rebound from Malia Melton. Carly Bell now with the drive. Goes out to Michaela Primo. Melton wanted the ball at the top of the key. She's going to take Maddie Pierce into the paint. Off the mark, rebounded from Shimon Shields. I like that. They definitely are going right at Maddie Pierce.
Yeah. And that was one you'd like to get a basket after 3 offensive rebounds, but eventually those offensive rebounds are going to lean into stick backs and everything else. And it's just, you can see the effort that the Stormy Petrels have come out with.
I like that three in transition, too, from Morgan Skipper. They got the lead. Be nice to get her hot from the arc. 4 shot late in the clock. They're going to pick up a foul call with 1 second on the shot clock. They're going to call Gabby Hudson on that. That'll be her second. Megan Gray taking it into the paint late in the clock.
Rivera, Havica, Rose Domovich coming in for the first time. Hudson, Skipper, and Bell going to check out. So a little bit bigger lineup on the floor. Michaela Primo, the only true point guard out there. A couple of shooters in Havica and Domovich, and then obviously 2 post players in Melton and Rivera.
Tough call on Hudson. Megan Gray drove right into 3 Stormy Petrels. It was kind of, okay, who's the official going to call? Unfortunately, that's Hudson's second. She'll have to sit a little bit. Primo brings it up just outside of 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. 18-7 Oglethorpe.
Want to get a quality shot here. They are sagging really deep on Camaria Rivera, and that's going to leave driving lanes for Michaela Primo.
Her left-hand layup is just off the mark, rolls off the rim. Bliss Harmon brings it up. They're going to get it to McClory at the top of the key. Bounces off the rim. Melton with the rebound. She'll push it up.
Melton snatched that one with 2 hands and said, I got it. Nobody else is going to get a hand on this rebound.
Melton from the free throw line, just off the mark. Poke out by Rivera on that offensive rebound, but they can't come up with it. Looked like Melton was trying to take the charge, drew contact. But nice play by Shelby Heil. Lays it in. It's 18-9 now. A 5-0 run here over the last couple minutes from Hendrix.
Oglethorpe with 5 missed shots in a row.
Inside to Rivera, top down pass. Rivera's going to go to work. Very nice reverse layup. Lays it in. Shelby Heil had no answer on the defensive end.
And that was again one where she could have went up on with the left hand and said, I'm going to use the rim as an extra protector. And that's how you stop a 5-0 run, is get it to the best player you have on the floor.
Heil in the paint looking for help. Throws it right to Michaela Primo. She's going to go down and lay it in. Maddie Pierce jogging back. You can see she's winded right now. 22-9 Oglethorpe.
Yeah, when Michaela got that steal, there was nobody within about 10 feet, and nobody was going to make it to catch up with Michaela.
Melton, great job defensively inside. Pierce's 3 is off the mark. Havica knocks it over to Melton. Primo brings it up in transition. She's going to dish to Rivera. Beautiful dish. Rivera lays it in. Love it. Camaria Rivera pointing right at Michaela Primo, saying great pass.
Yeah, you want your guards to reward your big people. If your big people are going to run the court at full sprint, and you're a 5'4" guard, sometimes you give it up, and Michaela did that. That's 12 already for Camaria Rivera.
And Heil is really huffing and puffing down there. I'm not sure she can stay with Rivera either. Deflected by Rivera. Melton is going to take a half-court shot at the buzzer, just off the mark. And a great start from Oglethorpe with a 24-9 lead.
Roy, you love that, because in the NBA, there's a lot of times guys will not take that half-court shot because they go, hey, I don't want to mess up my shooting percentage. Or Malia was like, I'm getting that ball up come hell or high water, and comes up a little bit short, but she's not going to be mad at that one at all, and neither is Coach Ritchie. You talked about a great start offensively. 8 of 9 start from the floor. Cooled off a little bit. They finished the first period 11 of 17. That's still 64.7% from the floor. How about a defensive effort where you give up only 23% shooting and you hold Hendrix to 0 for 7 from downtown? If that continues, I think our Stormy Petrels are going to be off and be over 500.
Well, forced 6 turnovers already as well, and they've gotten points off that as well. So really a great start. 65% from the floor, as you said. Haven't really needed the 3. And I'm sure we'll see more 3-point attempts because Hendrix has got to focus on taking away the paint because Oglethorpe has had their way inside.
You know, I wonder as we look going forward with the Stormy Petrels, and we've shown that they can play with anybody in this conference. As they go forward, you know, the games like this is where I'd like to see Mia Havica and Olivia Tucker get a couple of more 3 attempts. You know, you're up big. Let's see if we can get them going because there's going to be a time you're going to need 3-point shooting to win.
Absolutely, absolutely. Rivera off the mark, but gets her own offensive rebound, puts it up and in. Really nice job. They've got Maggie Kardec in the game now, trying to defend her.
Hey, we talked the other night when you played Rhodes. Rhodes at a lot of times had 3 women on the floor that were 6 foot or taller and were really giving Oglethorpe some issues. And then all of a sudden we got them to go small. Not the case here with Hendrix, not as much size in the front court. And you can see Camaria Rivera's just having her way.
Really nice defensive play there by Mia Havica, tying up Hendrix. Possession arrow goes their way, inbound under here. Great defense. Olivia Tucker denying the entry, and then it goes to one of her teammates, and she lobs it in. Tucker, Primo throws it back to Havica.
They missed Havica on a corner 3 on kind of that semi-transition.
Primo with the drive, gets the roll on the runner, and Drew Gang has seen enough. He is really upset with his defense, allowing a lot of paint touches from Oglethorpe.
Yeah, Michaela Primo has just, you can see the switch has been flipped over the last couple of games. This was a young woman who, you know, you talked about has only played now, what, 8 games for Oglethorpe. When she first came in, she was awesome defensively, flying all over the place, but the offensive game hadn't really caught up. The last couple of nights, she is under control. The jump shot was falling on Friday, and now it's almost like Hendrix walked film and said, we got to close out on her, and she's just using the blow-by and some soft touch down in the paint.
Yeah, this is Primo's 9th game. She has played 8, and Tucker is now playing her 10th game. Both of them joining us right after Christmas break. I said the other night, who knows what they were doing prior to Christmas break.
Right.
But practicing on your own versus practicing with a team.
And playing in games.
Right, and a couple weeks ago, I remember we had a Sunday game, and we talked about the fact that both of them were in the gym at 9 a.m. that morning working on their shots. And both of us have said since Friday night, both players now looking really comfortable.
Well, and it's huge with Emma Perna being hurt, and she's not in right now. You need both of these guards to be able to play.
Absolutely. Pierce, wow, tough call on Primo. I didn't see the foul there, but they're going to get her on a reach on Maddie Pierce. Pierce has been really frustrated, just not able to get off many shots. She is their leading scorer, just 1 of 2 in the first quarter.
They're looking to feed her the ball. And that's a pretty shot.
Yeah, Primo went under that ball screen. They didn't switch quick enough, and Pierce just went right into her shot, knocked down a 17-footer.
And again, she could have taken a 3, but that's a very solid. You can see how pure her jump shot is and why she comes into the game averaging what she does. You know, somebody that's 15-2 a game.
Great step through from Rivera, just off the mark with the left hand. Hendrix is going to try to push. 3 off the mark. Tucker pushes it to Havica. Yes, she's going to take a 3 off the mark, but a hustling rebound from Olivia Tucker. Gets it to Primo from 15 feet. Off the mark. Offensive rebound from Malia Melton. Rivera from the left elbow, no good. Almost another offensive rebound from Tucker. Hendrix pushes Simone Shields with the ball, kicks it out to Cates. Cates misses her three. Pierce came up with the offensive rebound and then was fouled. It's going to go against Olivia Tucker.
Yeah, I don't mind any of those shots on the other end. You had a pull-up three for Havica. We talked about we want to get her hot. Michaela shot about an 18-footer, and then Kamaria misses about a 12-footer. You'll live with all three of those shots, even though they all were off the mark.
Absolutely. Loved it, as you said, try to get Havica hot. Carly Bell, Gabby Hudson, Morgan Skipper, and Rose Domovich check in. Kamaria Rivera stays on the floor right now. Great D by Carly Bell. They're in their 2-3 zone now. Switch to a zone look. They get it inside to Pierce. She's off the mark. Rebound by Rose Domovich. Nice shot by Hudson, keeping the ball alive. Carly Bell from three, just off the iron. No good. Morgan Skipper hustling from behind. Forces a quick layup from Shields, but the offensive rebound goes to Bella Cates, who puts it in.
Yeah, there was great hustle back by Bell and by Hudson. The rebound just ricocheted to Bella Cates, the 5'5 freshman, able to lay that one in with the left hand.
Oglethorpe leads by 15. They're going to pound it inside to Kamaria Rivera. Pierce is on her. Her pass out to Hudson is stolen by Bella Cates. Little unfortunate there that Gabby Hudson was the one who had to defend. She wanted to be careful not to pick up her third foul. Cates lays it in and the lead's down to 13.
Yeah, and I think Kamaria is a little bit gassed. I think they were going to make a substitution for Malia Melton because on that kick out, Kamaria barely got back to half court on the fast break attempt. She's been working really hard underneath, so you can understand what's going on. But even with a little run, it's still 28-15. Shooting has gone down. You started 8 and 9. Since that point, you're 5 for your last 14. So want to get back to a little bit of ball movement. Again, we're not mad at the shots that are being taken, but they were getting great shots at the beginning. They're just getting good shots right about now.
Yeah, two of the last 4 shots that have been off the mark were from Mia Havica and Carly Bell from 3. And as you and I said, I don't mind that at all with a 15 or a 13-point lead. We've got to see them get on track a little bit, get some of their shooting confidence back. So no issue there at all. Rivera is going to get a well-deserved break. 14 points for her already out of the 28. So she got half her points. Olivia Tucker with 8. Primo with 6 to complete the scoring.
So a little bit smaller lineup on the floor. I think now you get Morgan Skipper at that high post area where she operated really well the other day.
Skipper had the ball knocked from her, but she recovered. Hudson, short one, kissed it off the glass beautifully. Go up 30-15.
Yeah, kids at home, the window is your friend. Tim Duncan made a Hall of Fame career out of banking that ball in from right there.
Shields drives, kicks it to Shelby Heil. Melton, or I don't know who they're going to call that on, but it's unfortunate because they're going to call it on Rose Delmovich. The unfortunate thing is Heil really driving across the paint, tripped. And as she was going down, she fell into Dolmovich, but the call is going to go against Rose. That's an unfortunate one. Heil at the free throw line. Oglethorpe up 15. Heil's free throw is off the mark.
Here's again where you want to box out, get a rebound, and try to get up on the push. And with a smaller lineup, this is more opportunity to push the ball for the Stormy Petrels.
Heil, a 46% free throw shooter. You definitely have to box out. Melton and Hudson do the job, and Hudson comes up with the ball. She pushes it down, kicks to Delmovich. They are going to call a hand check on Alicia McCloria.
I thought we were going to get the dreaded out of bounds over in that corner.
Exactly, I did too. That was my first thought. Oglethorpe inbound under. Rose Delmovich does the honors. Going to get a ball screen from Malia Melton. Delmovich on the drive, takes it in, lays it off the glass beautifully.
Love it. Want to see Rose get going as well. She was a player of the game early on in the year. Three-point shot was really flowing, has been out of sync a little bit. So again, much like I want to see Mia Havica hitting some threes, I wouldn't mind seeing Rose get her scoring up as well.
Rose at 5'8", with a real defensive chore right now, going against this, trying to defend the 6'2" Pardek. Pardek will take one just off the block and lay it in. Rose had to defend on that penetration and force Pardek to make that jumper, and she did. Hudson drives, has it poked away. Simone Shields with quick hands Oglethorpe will have it under. Maddie Pierce and Bliss Harmon checking back in for Hendrix.
Kamaria Rivera, Mia Havica, Olivia Tucker, and Michaela Primo back in. So Kamaria got about a minute, maybe a minute and a half blow, and that's all she needed.
Well, as hot as she is, she doesn't like it.
Right.
You know, scorers are, they don't want to be out of the game. They get that needed blow. Tucker to Primo here.
Tucker wanted to shoot that three.
She's feeling confident. She takes that one. She's off the mark. Kyle with the rebound gets it to Pierce, and Michaela Primo will defend her. Kyle now takes it. Harmon with the ball. Shields thinking about it, but gives it up. And they are going to call 3 seconds on Kyle, who looks down, says, I'm not in the paint, but she was for a while there. 32-17. Halfway through the second quarter.
Defense has been really good. Hendrix 0 for 9 from outside the arc, 7 of 21 overall. Oglethorpe doing a really good job.
Right now, and you talked about this earlier, they are sagging off Olivia Tucker to try to front Kamaria Rivera. Tucker missed her last 2 threes. Primo doing a great job defending Maddie Pierce, the leading scorer for the Lady Warriors. Pierce fires a 3 well off the mark. Primo will push it up the floor. And that's ill-advised, and right away I love it. Michaela Primo taps her chest and said, that one's on me. Not a smart move. She takes it into traffic, gets tied up.
Yeah, tried to go 1-on-4, and as great as she has been the last couple of games, Coach Ritchie's like, slow down. Let's run the offense. The good thing is the possession arrow stays here. We'll have an opportunity with 23 on the shot clock.
Primo's entry pass is a little off the mark. Hustle, Rose has it, but then stolen by Megan Gray. She's going to miss the layup, and she's going to get fouled by Megan Gray. A little bit of frustration there, I'm sure, by Gray. Comes up with the steal, misses the layup, and she hacked Delmovich. Rose asking for a breather, and Morgan Skipper is going to check in to get her out of there. So now you've got Morgan Skipper on the floor with Rivera. This is where we saw Skipper play the wing on Rivera's side the other day. That might be fortuitous to try to get Skipper a 3-point look. Good defense by Simone Shields, comes up with a steal for the Lady Warriors, and they are going to call a block on Mia Havica. Couple turnovers here, getting a little sloppy on the offensive end.
Yeah, you want to be crisper with the passes. There's been too much over-penetration here for the last couple of minutes. Coach Ritchie immediately grabbing Michaela Primo in a pseudo timeout over here while the free throws are going to be shot and kind of drawing up what he wants to have happen.
Maddie Pierce knocks down the first free throw. Again, their leading scorer, 73% free throw shooter. Averaging 15 points a game since that one.
Tell she's got a very nice release, very smooth stroke with her jump shot. Got to find a good shot here.
Yeah, that's a tough call. They are definitely, of course, the scouting report has been when Rivera gets the ball in the ring on the elbow, take away the penetration, and right there, Megan Gray stuck her ground, drew the charge against Rivera. I think that's her first, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, so nice job staying out of early foul trouble. Victoria goes inside to Pierce. Primo defends it. It comes off the mark. Primo's going to push. Pierce is trailing. They need to take advantage of this. Havica picked up her pivot foot. And that is another turnover. Again, cannot afford those. You had a 5-on-4 and nobody underneath. Olivia Tucker, I just saw her across the floor telling her teammates, let's just settle down for a second.
Yeah, they have done a couple of things where now it's almost, instead of playing team ball, everybody is going, let me get mine, and that's not what you want to have happen.
This is a lineup that we saw the other night that was really effective. Michaela Primo and Tucker along on the floor with Skipper, Melton, and Rivera. Shields is going to drive, misses. Melton with the rebound. She'll push it up the floor. She's going to find Primo. Primo's going to pump fake, and they're going to say she traveled. think that's 5 turnovers in the last 7 possessions for Oglethorpe.
Yeah, sounds about right. It has not been exactly what you want to have happen over the last, 6 minutes of action. You went from having a very crisp 24-point first quarter with 2:37 to go here in the second. We've only scored 8 points and haven't got a shot up in quite some time.
Cates gets it to Bliss Harmon. They're going to try to post up. Now Cates will take a 3 well off the mark. Melton brings it up. They need to score here. They need to get a good basket, good look. That is a good look, but before they could get a good look, Bliss Harmon takes a charge on Malia Melton.
Yeah, that is, I believe, 4 straight possessions with turnovers where you've yet to get a shot up. And this is, again, where Coach Ritchie's going to say, let's dribble it out, let's run the offense and get the sets that we normally do and find the shots that we want.
Pierce coming off that screen. Tough call on Primo. Tell you why it's a tough call, because the offensive flow was moving away from the official, and the official off the ball called the reach.
That's the second on Michaela, so she's probably going to sit for the rest of the half. Interesting, now it's going to be Olivia Tucker on point. Carly Bell coming back in. She'll presumably play the 2 position.
Love to see her get a couple 3-point looks. Pierce is off the mark on that one, but with 4 straight possessions without a shot, I'd love to see anybody.
Any shot, yeah.
Pierce's second free throw rolls in. Melton will inbound to Tucker. 2 minutes left in the half. Hendrix has cut the margin to 12. Oglethorpe up 32-20. Skipper gets it inside to Rivera. She's going to put it on the bounce. Great step through and lays it in. Just a beautiful step through from Rivera. Great footwork in the post.
Now that is something that is really impressive for a freshman to have that kind of footwork. And we're going to get another foul out top. This one on Olivia Tucker. A little overzealous on the defensive side of the ball.
She really hustles in that way, and she's very smart. When a player pivots like that, she'll jump the pivot. And again, that's that same official who was shielded. I'm not sure there was contact there, but that's her second. So she'll come out, and Charity Cloud will check in. Good to see Charity get some time here.
Charity played well a couple of weeks ago. The stretches she's got, did not play on Friday night in a very hotly contested game. But with both your point guards having some foul issues and Emma Perna being out, she's going to come in and have a chance to run the show.
Cates will hit them both. Again, the lead's back to 12, 34-22. Oglethorpe leads. Cloud enters. Skipper on the drive. Rivera in the paint against the shorter Pierce. Cloud's going to take it. Ball off of Carly Bell's hands. Maddie Pierce with the ball. Nobody's stopping her. Gotta defend the shooter, and she knocks it down. Alex Ritchie not happy about that at all.
Yeah, you could tell Pierce was setting that shot up the entire time.
Absolutely. Pushed it down, got a rhythm jumper. No defender on her. Just cannot happen. Jump ball is going to go, and now the Hendrix bench is really into the game. A lot of enthusiasm as the lead's cut to 10 now. We saw Oglethorpe with this kind of run the other night against Rhodes. Got Oglethorpe into a game that they eventually won. We don't want that to happen here. Melton defending Pierce.
Been a 15-10 kick here in the second period.
Deep 3 is no good, and that's really a tough call. Now, they better not be on the shot, because the ball was well released when Bell boxed her out.
That's what I think he's calling, because he did the 3 sign.
That is really not a great call. He's going to call a block and give her 3 shots, and that's 3 consecutive, what I would say, very questionable calls. He's saying that she didn't have room to come down. The ball was well released. That is really 3 consecutive calls that have stymied Oglethorpe's momentum, all by the same official. She's entitled to box out a shooter. The ball was released.
Right.
She came down, Carly boxed her out, and they called it on the shot. Margin's now 8, and the free throw's made to cut it to 7.
Big run here by Hendrix, and I'm going to put a lot of this on our offensive inefficiency that have allowed them back in the game. Give them credit, they've made shots, but offensively it has become a lot of one-on-one basketball.
Ball is called out of bounds off of Hendrix.
Hendrix head coach Drew Gang is losing his mind. I'll be non-homer here. That ball went off of Kamario Rivera's right hand.
To his credit, the baseline official asked for help, and one of the outside officials said it was off Hendrix. Bodies flying everywhere. This call is going to go against Hendrix. It's going to go against Megan Gray. Drew Gang's not happy, and it's going to be inbound under fouls. They're still 2 away from being in the bonus, Oglethorpe. So Morgan Skipple inbound with 24 seconds.
I can't tell if Gang has on a Fitbit, but he's getting his steps in right now. He is wearing out that sideline, and the official over here just told him it's time to calm down. He looked and goes, "Who, me?" "Yeah, you."
Charity Cloud pulls it out. They're running a set here. 7 seconds on the shot clock. They got to go. Melton kicks it to Bell. They're going to call Bella Cates for a push on the screen. Not a bad foul. Oglethorpe's not in the bonus. So 5.7.
The only reason it's a bad foul, there was 1 on the shot clock, and Oglethorpe was not going to get a shot off.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, Olivia Tucker was dribbling to the top and was going to have to throw up a left-handed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Cloud's got to hustle.
4 seconds.
To Melton. 2. Melton's jumper is short, defended by Megan Gray, and so after jumping out to a big one with Maddie Pierce and Megan Gray, who had a really good first half. Interestingly enough, Maddie Pierce on Kamario Rivera.
And they switched that.
Yeah, Rivera tried to slip the screen, and Primo hadn't cut through. That ball is going to get knocked, they say, off of Malia Melton's leg. So again, not the kind of start you want in your first possession of the second half. Drew Gang, who's been very vocal from the sideline, both against the officials and encouraging his team, really vocal right now, trying to get them hyped up defensively.
Hendrix definitely a little more crisp in their ball movement early on. A lot of weave action here at the top. Oglethorpe in a man-to-man.
That weave action, they're trying to brush up against defenders. Malia Melton and Primo made a mistake there and doubled the ball and left Pierce open, but Pierce's 3 is off the mark. Megan Gray with a nice job defensively. The ball is going to be kicked by Megan Gray. It's going to be Oglethorpe ball. As Gray, the ball was loose. Gray just went off and soccer kicked it with her right foot. Oglethorpe will get it inbound under. That's a break. Now they need to really execute.
Yeah, this is where you find Kamario Rivera. Wherever she's at, let her shoot a 15-footer.
That one is in and out, rebounded by Simone Shields. She's going to push it down the floor, right at Rivera, misses the layup. Rivera with the rebound, kicks it to Tucker, 3 on 4. She's got to be smart. Does a nice job pulling it out.
It was a good job by Rivera defensively to not come up with a charging foul there, and then a terrible job on the entry pass there.
Beautiful play by Olivia Tucker on the defensive end, knocks it off of Simone Shields. To your point, your defender is falling off of you. You can't look all pass. You've got to be in a triple threat position, at least make them think that you're going to shoot the ball. They are definitely falling off of the ball on the perimeter. Pass to Havica, can't be handled. It's on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be Hendrix ball. This is definitely really messing up our offense. They're falling off the ball. We haven't been able to get anybody to knock down a perimeter jumper, but then take a dribble to draw the defender and try to get the ball to Rivera. Yeah, if it's not there, reverse it.
We think about Michaela early in the game, pulled up for about a 17-footer. We're going to have to knock down 1 or 2 of those to really get some respect back from the Warrior defense.
Good close out by Tucker. Havica now on Pierce. Pierce likes that top of the key free throw line area. She's off the mark. Rebound by Rivera. Tucker's going to push. Tucker splits 2 defenders, lays it up, takes contact. Ball is hit out of bounds. Oglethorpe will have the ball, 34-27, about 2.5 minutes into this half.
Now Coach Ritchie fired up for the non-call as Olivia drove down the lane, thought there was contact, and we did not get the call.
2.5 minutes into the half, nobody has scored. And for either team, Melton gets the offensive rebound. Had Rivera open, did not get her the ball. Melton drives by Bliss Harmon, lays it in. We needed that.
Yeah, and again, they dropped off into Camaria Rivera. I like the shot that Michaela shot, about a 17-footer off the mark. Malia fights for the rebound and then just head down. I'm going to get to the rim, and I'm going to get an opportunity to score. She's got a chance to be a double-double again today.
Bliss Harmon buries a three from the top of the key. The switch left Rivera on Harmon. Rivera stayed in the paint. Harmon made him pay. The lead's down to 6. Melton with the ball. You know, if they can't get there, it's a nice play, really nice play by Rivera to step off the block. Off the ball, they're going to call Megan Gray with a foul on Olivia Tucker. Rose Delmovich will check in. That'll give us a three-point shooter coming in for Havica. It'll be inbound under for Oglethorpe. But what I was saying is, if Rivera is being denied on the post by a perimeter defender, nice pass inbound to Melton. Primo to Melton. Great look.
That was a great thing. She faked to Rivera. Melton comes around on a kind of a screen, a little loop cut action, and is right at the basket. Great pass for the lay-in and extending the lead back out to 8 points.
Bella Cates looks inside to Maddie Pierce, deflected away by Camaria Rivera. Again, Pierce is really breathing hard. Just 3.5 minutes into this third quarter. I think you got to keep the tempo up and keep the defensive pressure up on her to wear her down.
Yeah, and on that previous possession, Maddie Purdick had taken over the defensive responsibilities on Rivera. They did take Maddie Pierce off of her. A good steal there by Delmovich.
Good decision to push it ahead to Primo. Primo gets it to Tucker. Tucker's going to pull up from 12, miss it. Rebound goes to Simone Shields, who pushes it. She's got great speed. And a great job by Olivia Tucker. She said, you know what? Shields is going to take this all the way to the paint. I'm just going to get set and take a charge, and she does.
And I'll tell you what, she set that one up. She kind of weaved back like a bad driver in traffic, but got right to where she wanted to, braced herself. She took the worst for wear on that one. She was coughing pretty heavily going back down the court.
Primo's going to drive and get fouled on the floor. They're going to get Alicia McCoria with the foul call. Starting to pick up some fouls here, being smart and aggressive. Again, you get a gap, take a gap. Go ahead and drive into it, but just make good decisions.
They run the same exact action. The same exact action for the same exact result.
If you don't stop it, we're just going to keep going there. 40-30 leads up to 10. Drew Gang's frustrated after giving up a basket on the same play. He's down to 1 timeout now. Just had to make that. We'll also use it as a media timeout at this point.
Yeah, Malia Melton now up to 6 points and 8 rebounds. On Friday, she was 15 and 9, so she's got a chance to break her own career high with a couple of more boards. She's been more aggressive, but that inbound action, one of the most underrated things, and I'm sure when you were coaching, you can get cheap baskets off inbound plays, and if you run them the right way, you're going to get scores. Camaria comes across and sets a nice screen on Malia's defender. Malia with a hard cut right off of the screen, right to the head of the basket, and then Michaela Primo able to lay it off to her for the lay-in. That's back-to-back baskets. That's 4 points in a quarter where you were really struggling to score just off good sets.
Yeah, she's got all 6 of our points here in the third quarter. She was scoreless at halftime. She's picked up 1 rebound to go with that. Rivera has been big on the boards already with 3 here midway through the third quarter. She's picked up 3 rebounds. So really nice job, as you said, by Melton being that second scorer that we desperately need right now.
Yeah, when she's on, she can really get any shot she wants in the paint. You know, very strong body, you know, really solid with the ball. Not a great perimeter shooter, but able to just drive really at any time.
Pierce can't get anything. Kicks out to Cates. Cates is going to drive and hit a flying runner. Defense was taking away the paint, but she cut across the top and threw it up and in. Primo with a bad pass knocked away by Simone Shields. Again, sloppy cross-court pass. Megan Gray will check back in for Bella Cates for the Lady Warriors.
They got to be crisp. They're playing the passing lanes.
It's amazing what happens when you make short, crisp passes and play triangle basketball. Rivera misses that one from 14, just inside the right elbow. We're so used to seeing her knock down about 80% of those. She's missed the last couple that she's taken, but I want to have her keep firing away. We're looking to post up Maddie Pierce against Primo. Primo doing a nice job. Pierce doing a better job spinning off to get open. Maggie Purdick with the offensive rebound and the putback. Ball comes off. Rose Delmovich has it knocked away by Simone Shields, who's standing out of bounds. It's going to go to Oglethorpe. Now we're going to take the media timeout. And Shelby Heil was just checking in for Hendrix. They'll go a little bit bigger there for the taking Kardec, a freshman, off the floor. So, you know, we talked at halftime about the need to have a second scoring source.
It's Malia Melton.
Now that's interesting. Uba Azigbo is not in a boot. That could be a good sign. He's hobbling a little bit.
Right.
We're here at halftime, and obviously we've got the men's game coming up. Uba's actually walking up the stairs. I don't think we've ever seen two broadcasters as interested watching somebody walk up the bleachers, but Uba Azigbo, the leading scorer for the Oglethorpe men, had a really freak injury on a hustle play, hit the wall behind our goal a couple weeks ago, and it resulted in a toe and then a foot injury, and they have really struggled without him. Friday night we saw him with a boot on, and right now he's walking, again, a little bit of limp in that gait, but we'll see.
I don't want to judge by the walking, but that does not look like I'm going to play in an hour walk.
Well, and I see Tyler O'Donoghue walking up the bleachers, and he's in uniform, so I think you're right. Rivera off the left block. She's going to go to work against Maddie Pierce. The turnaround is nothing but net. Does a nice job. Pierce is only 5'9". Rivera is 6'1". She uses those 4 inches to score right over top of her.
There's sometimes fundamental basketball is lost, but man, I love to see great footwork underneath the basket.
And she's got great footwork. Been well coached at Cherokee County High and by Alex Ritchie and his staff here. Wise decision by Morgan Skipper not to go 1-on-3. Now Rivera inside again, going straight up left hand. Took a lot of contact from Pierce, didn't get a call, banked it in. Beautiful job with the left hand.
Yeah, again, great footwork. That's one she wanted to pass to Morgan Skipper, held her pivot foot, was able to use the left hand and lay that one up.
Alicia McClorio off the mark. Rose Delmovich with the rebound. Pushing, Heil and Lane opened up wide. Unfortunately, I think Olivia Tucker was so shaken by the fact that the Red Sea had parted ways and there was nobody in front of her. She pulled up and took a 10-foot runner, missed off the rim.
And could have gone all the way to the basket for a lay-in. You're absolutely right. That one, you're going, wait a second, where are the defenders? There are none. And I think she overthought herself on that. She's playing great defense as she always does.
Yeah, you just never see that in basketball where there's just nobody in front of you. Tough call there. They're going to get Rose Delmovich coming from the backside. Entry pass went to Shelby Heil. Rivera playing behind her. Delmovich came over for the double. They called a foul on her. Gabby Hudson, Michaela Primo, Carly Bell check into the game, joining Morgan Skipper and Kamaria Rivera. Got to find a second score out of these 4 now. Melton off the floor. Simone Shields drives into the paint. Wow, that is a touch foul. They're going to call a block on Michaela Primo. That was barely a bump.
Yeah, it was. Interesting, you talked about the second score. Malia's done that so far in the third period, and here we are, 10-5 kick to start the third period and extend the lead back to 12. So you stemmed all the momentum Hendrix had right there before the end of the half. Now you got to close these last 3 minutes out.
Back to a 2-3 zone. Maddie Pierce, their leading scorer and best shooter, is off the floor. Coach Ritchie goes that. Their second best three-point shooter is Bella Cates. She's off the mark. Offensive rebound. Kamaria Rivera rips it away from Shelby Heil, and off go the Stormy Petrels. Drive from Gabby Hudson. Kicks it back to Primo. Good decision by Hudson not to force something early in the clock. Looking inside to Rivera. They are double teaming on the block. Morgan Skipper tries to put it on the floor. Stolen again by Simone Shields. Shields splits two defenders, but Carly Bell and Kamaria Rivera knock it out of bounds, so it'll be Hendrix ball inbound under, and Maddie Pierce just checked back into the ball game.
That's one where, you know, with time, Morgan Skipper's going to want to kind of rip through on that, and the first three of the game goes down for Bella Cates. But what I was saying about Morgan, when she got it at the foul line, you almost want to rip through to get into that triple threat position and then put it on the deck.
Hudson's pass deflected, unfortunately deflected off of Morgan Skipper. She says, I didn't touch it, but the official says she did. Malia Melton quickly checks back into the contest with Olivia Tucker joining Carly Bell and Morgan Skipper. 1:54 left in the third period. Oglethorpe up 9, but Hendrix has the ball. Melton defending Pierce. Switch, they get it back to Cates. Misses. Rivera with another rebound. Tucker looking to push it up the floor. Stops. Bell gets it inside to Melton. They are definitely posting up. Shelby Cates, her left-hander's off the mark. Simone Shields pushing it up the floor. Pierce with a spinning, out-of-control shot. Rebounded though by Hendrix. Simone Shields back to Cates. Actually, that's Megan Gray. Megan Gray hits a three, and we've said the three-pointer is a weapon, and they just went on a 6-0 run with 2 made threes in 2 possessions, and Alex Ritchie's had enough. He's got to stop the run, and he's talking to his defenders, and I don't know who he was directing the comment to, but he said, you've got a player, and they didn't get out on her. So again, we've seen some offensive inefficiency, and we've seen some defensive lapses, and to Hendrix's credit, they were 0 for 11 at one point from the arc. Now they've hit 2 in a row.
Well, they're 3 of 8 here in the third period. That's the only thing that's kept them in the game. They're only 4 of 14 from the floor, but 3 of 8 from downtown. The three ball is the magic elixir in college basketball. If you can make it, you're going to win a lot of basketball games. If you're not making them, you're typically not going to win. Men's, women's, it doesn't matter. You've got to be able to defend the three. We've yet to take a three here in the third period. They're 3 of 19. We are 1 of 7. Got to find a way to make an outside shot potentially to free up the post for Malia and for Kamaria.
And it doesn't, there's a blow by Olivia Tucker.
Or just do that.
Yeah, well, they've got to get inside. And again, I think they've been so fixated on getting the ball to Kamaria Rivera. If the first look's not there, just reverse it. Play off of Shields. She's not a three-point shooter. Great job by Carly Bell, playing way off of her and playing help side defense accordingly. Trying to get the ball to Pierce, but Olivia Tucker's doing a great job defensively on her. Shields is going to drive, gets to the glass. Rivera with the rebound, and Bliss Harmon gets called for the foul.
Trying to see if that's going to put us in the bonus or not. It will not. Side out. Kamaria now up to 9 rebounds, and they're going to go a little bit of full court pressure here.
That'll give us some spacing if we're aggressive with the ball. And we are not aggressive. Matter of fact, we make a slow, lazy pass that gets stolen, and Hendrix, that was not a Hendrix defensive pressure forces it. That was just a sloppy pass, which we've had a number of them today. Oglethorpe now 7 seconds left in the half. Again, trying to get the ball to Rivera, deflected away. Rivera comes up with it. She drives in the paint. Her shot's off the rim, and Hendrix uses 3 3-pointers to come back into the game now as Oglethorpe leads 46-40 at the end of 3 periods.
Now you look at some of the leaders right now. That was a 13-12 quarter for Hendrix. So the middle quarters were bad for the Stormy Petrels. They had a great first quarter, and they've been holding on throughout. Kamaria's got 20 points. She also has 9 rebounds to lead the way. Olivia Tucker with 10. Malia Melton, all 6 of her points there in the third period. She's got 8 rebounds as well. And Michaela Primo has 6. Over on the Hendrix side, Bella Cates with 11. Maddie Pierce with 9. Megan Gray with 8, and Bliss Harmon coming up so far with 5. Execution's got to be there. I mean, it's been simply turnovers have hurt Oglethorpe. We've had the lead, basically, as a matter of fact, we've had the lead the entire game. We had as big of as a 19-point lead. But when you look, points off turnovers is now 15-13 in favor of Hendrix. It's what got them back in the game. They have 12 steals to our 8. Must be sound with the basketball here in the 4th period.
Absolutely. It looks like Alex Ritchie is going to go with Tucker, Primo, Rose-Delmovich, Melton, and Rivera. Again, don't stymie your offense by just fixating on getting the ball to Rivera. If the first look's not there, reverse it, keep the ball moving, keep yourself moving, and get the offense into a flow.
On the court right now, you have 4 players who can create their own shot, and then Rose-Delmovich, who's a knockdown 3-point shooter.
Screen. Tucker kicks it. Melton now. Nice movement to get Rivera the ball. She's doubled. Primo is going to cross-court pass, almost stolen. Tucker drives, spins, lays it beautifully off the glass.
Yeah, not a huge fan of the pass from Michaela Primo, but it got there, and then Olivia Tucker head down. Hey, you've got 3 defenders over here guarding 2. That gave her a straight line drive and a nice spin move for a layup.
Key defensive matchup here. Melton cannot give Pierce any space. They've got Primo right now on Bella Cates, who's knocked down a couple threes. Bliss Harmon to Cates. Cates will drive. Bumped a little bit, no call. Rivera with her 10th rebound of the ball game. Tucker pushes it up. Good decision. Hendrix has done a nice job getting back down the floor. They're falling off Primo. They go inside to Rivera. Rivera had the right hand, didn't take it. Primo's going to take a 3 off the mark. Rebound goes to Megan Gray. I have no idea who he's going to call for the foul. He calls Malia Melton and did not see a foul there at all. I saw Megan Gray try to step through defensive pressure and trip a little bit. Didn't even go down there. You know, again, there's no cause for the foul call there. 2-2-1 press.
Yeah, first time you're going to go a little pressure look.
Forced a quick shot. Thank you for the foul call. Shelby High called for that. Rose-Delmovich with the rebound. The one thing we talked about, sometimes you don't get a steal or a turnover against a 2-2-1, but it is like a turnover when you force a quick shot and then get that defensive rebound.
Yeah, you got to find a way here. Michaela got the good open look last time, and look at the change here. You went with Rose-Delmovich on this side with Camaria Rivera, a little bit better 3-point shooter if they decide to sag off.
Well, and they can't sag off because of that, and then Pierce has to worry about foul trouble, and Rivera knows it and just lays it off the glass. Bella Cates feels the pressure. Pierce with the ball. She throws it up, almost stolen by Malia Melton. Shields gets it back to Pierce. She puts her head down, can't get to the paint. Nice D by Melton. Drew Gang calling a play here.
He's a very animated coach. I'm intrigued watching him throughout the game.
2-3 zone. They back off of
Megan
Gray, who knocks down another 3 for Hendrix. Cuts it to 7-point lead.
Yeah, 3s against 2 right now has been the difference.
Nice job. Again, Maddie Pierce, just, I don't know how many fouls she has, but she's playing like, you know, really stiff defensively, and Camaria Rivera is making them pay.
Well, Rivera's got about a 4-inch size advantage. And another 3.
That's just a mistake by Olivia Tucker. Olivia Tucker all over Maddie Pierce. Simone Shields dribbles towards the top of the key. Tucker leaves Pierce wide open, and Pierce drills the 3. They're just not playing defense very smart. Tucker now from 15. She redeems herself with a jumper, and Alex Ritchie is going to take a timeout.
And I'm sure it's going to be to talk about defense, because you're talking about multiple wide open 3s here on just defensive breakdowns. Maddie Pierce is a heck of an offensive player, and her jump shot, as we talked about in the first quarter, is very pure. You give her step-in 3s, it's not going to work out.
Well, she's knocked down 36 threes this year. In the scouting report, you know she's somebody you got to worry about. Megan Gray has knocked down 22. Bella Cates, 28. Those are the 3 3-point shooters. Simone Shields, on the other hand, has 2 3-pointers. She's purely a penetrator, slasher, And so play off of her, like Carly Bell was doing a good job defensively, playing off of her, taking away the paint, but you cannot leave three-point shooters open right now.
Yeah, they're 5 for 10 in the second half from downtown, 2 of 2 here in the fourth period. That's their only 2 scores are three-point shots. So, you know, your team, you did really well in the first half, kind of making them take contested threes, but it's been a lot more wide open threes here. And you gotta look, and having Malia and Kamaria on the floor, feel that you have the interior taken care of, and just run these three-point shooters off the line. Well, Havica back in.
Yeah, Pierce comes off the floor now, so Bella Cates is the three-point shooter on the floor, and then they're going double big with Heil and Pardick on the floor together. That's a first for them. Simone Shields drives, flings it out to McClory, 10 on the shot clock. Pardick coming up to set a screen on Tucker. Rivera does a nice job. Havica taking away the paint. Shields forces one up. Unfortunately, Melton had good box out pressure. Ball comes off and a shot clock violation is called. Never touched the rim. Maddie Pierce comes back in for Shelby Heil.
Yeah, Havica, great defense there. Took a lot of contact. I thought there was going to be a charge call on that as she hit the deck, but the ball without hitting the rim ends up going Oglethorpe's way.
Tucker bringing it up against Shields. They're going to run and jump a little bit. They throw over top of it. They have now gone into a little bit of run and jump pressure. Oglethorpe's got to make good, sharp passes and good decisions. Almost knocked away. Melton with a great decision goes high-low to Rivera, and Rivera is fouled by Maddie Pierce. That'll be amazingly her first. The box has her for that, her being her first. I thought she had at least one earlier.
That was a great high-low as you got Melton right there at the foul line, and Rivera had reverse sealed where she had inside position. Melton found her there. You just want that ball to lay in. Unfortunately, rolls off the rim. You'll get 2 free throws.
Hey, John, an amazing stat. We are 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, which means we've played, or 4 minutes into the fourth quarter, we've played 34 minutes, and that was Oglethorpe's second free throw of the game, and third. We are 3 for 3, which shows you we're not getting into attacking mode and drawing those fouls. They've really sagged and forced perimeter jumpers. Rivera checked out of the game after knocking down those 2 free throws. Smaller lineup with Melton playing the 5. It's Tucker who picked up the foul, Primo, Havica, Domovich, and Melton.
Very important stretch here with Kamaria out. Where do you find offense? I think it's Malia Melton and Michaela Primo end up being your 2 that you want with the ball in their hands as the shot clock winds down.
You got Havica is defending Cates. You've got Primo on Pierce. And you've got Tucker on Megan Gray, the 3 three-point shooters. Havica closes out and gets the block. Thank you very much. Melton pushing it down, makes a great decision, makes a good pass. They go back to Melton. She takes contact and lays it in. Just like the other night, we see Malia Melton making the big play when we need it.
Well, and that was great. Malia, I thought, was going to go 1-on-3. She pulls it back out. Mia had an open 3. Tucker had an open 3, but they went from good shot to great shot, and the great shot was Malia Melton driving down the lane, able to draw contact and lay it in off the window and give the Stormy Petrels a 12-point cushion, and you have an opportunity to make this 13 if the free throw goes down.
Great job by Malia there. Really great job to finish through contact. Of course, she's so strong. She's going to miss that one. Tucker almost came up with the rebound. Pushed up the floor, reversed to Cates. Nobody's on Pierce. Got to get on her. They're switching up top, but if you're going to switch, you can't go under screens. You got to make sure the shooters are covered. Megan Gray open for a second on the right wing. They are definitely working Pierce, Cates, and Gray on the perimeter, using the weave to try to get open three-point looks. Havica with the steal. She's going to push it up the floor, back dribbles, gets it inside to Malia Melton. Malia misses that banker.
I think she lost the ball as she went up there. That's 2 great defensive plays in a row by Mia Havica, a block and then a steal on the other end.
Got to be smart here. They are definitely trying to get three-point looks for Gray, Cates, and Pierce. And Primo, Tucker, and Havica doing a good job defending the arc. Forces Cates to take a runner. She makes the runner. That's okay. That's a tough shot, and she knocked it down on the move.
Yeah, Bella Cates, a nice little point guard there, 5'5" freshman, Pea Ridge, Arkansas.
4.5 minutes left in this game. Oglethorpe up 10. Rivera on the bench getting a breather. 4 guards surrounding Malia Melton in the paint. Primo looking inside. Now going to take it on the dribble. Nice defense by Cates. Zips a cross-court shot. Tucker takes it. Ball knocked away. Melton puts it up. It's going to be a shot clock violation.
And immediately Kamaria Rivera up off the bench to come back into the game. 4:04 to go, up 10. It's just about close out on three-point shooters and have solid offensive possessions.
Well, they're switching in their man-to-man, but you just cannot go under. You can't get rubbed against. You've got to make sure to take away those shots in the arc. They're going to try to go to Pierce in the paint against Primo. She gets off a shot, no good. Primo, I thought, got fouled. She did. Bliss Harmon went through the back of Primo, and that's going to be the 4th foul. So next foul for Oglethorpe, next foul against Hendrix, puts Oglethorpe in the bonus. Oglethorpe only 2 fouls here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Hendrix are going to come up now in a 2-2-1 pressure. They realize now we got to push the issue.
We turned it over against this earlier, and we just turned it over again. Absolutely, the pressure doesn't do anything to us, just bad passing. 2nd turnover against that little 2-2-1 press, just because we don't make a short, hard pass, trying to make cross-court passes.
Pierce
Harmon,
is trying to find her way to the foul line.
They get Megan Gray open. She's off the mark on a 3. Malia Melton was not going to be denied. Cates went down. I think she had the wind knocked out of her. Took that contact from Melton. The official's consulting on what you have on the call.
Yeah, we're going to hope she's okay. You can hear probably over our broadcast.
Yeah,
she is writhing in pain.
Painful to get the wind knocked out of you. I think that's what's happened to her. She's gasping for air now, so I think it's.
I don't want to speculate. She went down really hard. Malia was flying in for a rebound. They collided.
Jim's gotten quiet here. 58-48. Oglethorpe leads. 3.5 minutes left.
Kind of let the video show what's happening here. Obviously, coaching staff and some trainers around Bella Cates. I'm going to hope that she's okay.
Unbelievably, the official just came over and called the foul against Malia Melton. It's such a bad call.
It's going to be a warning on both coaches.
Yeah, it's just a horrible call, and that's what Alex Ritchie's upset about, because Malia Melton had the ball in both of her hands.
Right.
And as she came through, she drew the contact from Cates. Cates went down. Obviously, the size differential is dramatic. Drew Gang, who's been very voiceful and emotional during this whole game, is a little out of control right now, folks. A little out of control.
Yeah, you hope Cates is okay. I saw her kind of grabbing at the collarbone area. With that collision, you hope that that's not that type of injury. So we'll try to keep you updated on her. Oglethorpe back in a 2-3 zone, up 10 with 3:25 to go, and now this game just got very contentious.
2-3 zone from Oglethorpe. You got to go over the screens against the shooters. Can't go under. Pierce, they go under, almost let Megan Gray have a look. She's open on the left wing. Tucker doing a good job taking away Pierce. Primo went for a steal, didn't get it. Bliss Harmon off the mark. Big rebound from Mia Havica. And that is going to be, that is Shelby Heil going for the rebound, commits the foul. 2-2-1 press from.
Should be 1-1 on the other end, is it not?
Yeah, it is. They're going to go now. They got to sort out who drew the foul. It's Havica, I believe. Havica has only taken 7 free throws this year, but she has made 5 of them. 3 minutes left in the game, 10-point game. They just teched up both coaches. Drew Gang is just, you know, he has been, what did you say earlier? He's very
animated. Yeah, he's definitely, and he was getting his steps in on the Fitbit. Havica, the first free throw goes everywhere but in the rim. I've never seen that one happen. Spin all the way around, it kind of sat on the back iron and then fell off to the side.
Second free throw here, up 10, 3 minutes exactly left in the ball game. She swishes the second, so they're up 11. Megan Gray will bring it up. They're going to go man-to-man again. Primo will have Pierce. Tucker on Gray. Shields, who's a penetrator. Bliss Harmon's going to take the baseline jumper and knock it down. Again, that pressure, they just got to be smart. This is a 2-2-1 that's just forcing them to turn it over. It doesn't cause traps. They'll run and jump a little bit in the half court. And again, we make a bad pass. It gets thrown away. Shields now going to drive. She dribbles it off of her foot, thankfully. And it's going to be Oglethorpe ball with 2.5 minutes left.
Yeah, this is where not having Emma Perna hurts a little bit. Emma just had that way about her where you knew you could handle everything in the back court.
They've got to get somebody the middle of the floor. They finally do with Rivera. Primo will dribble it up. They need to eat as much of the clock as possible with just outside of 2 minutes left.
I know Michaela's a freshman. That was a senior move. She had a lane to go right down and try to put up a shot and said, nope, we're going to milk 10, 15 seconds off this shot clock and get it to the best player we have in Kamaria Rivera.
Jump ball is called. It's going to go to Hendrix. That double team, they came over and doubled up and caused the jump ball against Rivera. 2 minutes left in the game. 9-point lead for Oglethorpe. Man-to-man from Oglethorpe defense. Stolen by Primo. Big steal off that pass. Primo's going to lay it up and in. The lead's 11. 150 left in the ball game.
Yeah, that's the one you take the run out on and take the early shot, and you get exactly that.
And Drew Gang is going to take his last timeout. He'll take a full timeout here.
You look at who's doing the big things for us. It's been who you expect. Kamaria Rivera has 26 and 10. Have a feeling we'll talk to her after the game. Olivia Tucker with 14. That's a quiet 14 as well. Malia Melton with a chance to have a double-double. She's got 8 points and a career-tying high 9 rebounds. So let's see if we can get her with a rebound, stick back, and get a double-double. And Michaela Primo with 8 points as well. Michaela's also got 4 assists today. Done a great job here in the fourth quarter playing defense. They're just shooting 21% from three-point land in this game. You talk about in the fourth period, they're 4 for 11 from the floor. Our Hendrix, our women are doing a great job, and they've alleviated some of the turnover problems that they had there in those second and third periods.
Yeah, the defense has been big. They've created opportunities. And, again, as you said, Rivera's been big. But Tucker's made some plays when we've needed it, and Melton has made plays when we needed it.
Big thing here with 1:45 left. Run them off the three-point line and do not foul.
Pierce and Gray, the 2 3-point shooters in, and Gray is open, and they're going to call a foul. Looked like we had the steal. They're going to call Malia Melton for the foul. That will be Melton's 4th foul of the ball game. They're
going to be 1-1
on the floor.
Okay. Well, they are in the bonus as well, at least according to the scoreboard.
Yeah,
next one.
Yeah, next one will be shooting 2. They inbound to McCloria. They get Megan Gray looking for 3, stolen by Rivera, picked up by Melton. She's going to bring it down, makes a smart play, picks it up, gets the ball to Primo. They've got a foul. They go to Tucker. She's going to hold. Drew Gang begging for a foul. Tucker's going to drive. They're going to knock the ball loose, but they're going to get Simone Shields with the foul. 1:17 left, and Tucker will go to they're going to say Melton will go to the free throw line.
An opportunity here to get points 9 and 10. Again, still looking for one more rebound. She only had 1 board here. I know they are going to switch it now. Olivia Tucker, I thought that's who had the ball. And she's going to get a chance with a 1-and-1. can bury these. You make it a 4-possession. Actually, it would be a 5-possession game at that point. Get up 13. My math is correct. That would take 5 threes.
That was a 5th foul on whoever was called for the foul, and Drew Gang has just decided to use the time. Tucker knocks it down. Up 12 now.
Olivia is fun to watch. She's very animated. If you pay attention to the facial expressions, you can tell she is really into the game.
Very smart, heady player, especially on the defensive end. Really, really crafty.
Again, don't foul. Do not allow 3-point shooters, and you're going to walk out of here with a big dub on a Sunday afternoon.
They've got the 5'9" Havica on the smaller Megan Gray. Hunting the 3. McClory is forced to take one, and she buried it. They played off of her because she's not a great 3-point shooter, but she buried it. Now the whistle blows. There's a clock issue. We're inside 1 minute. The clock shouldn't have run on the make. You have to stop it until the ball is re-entered. So they're going to go back and reset the game clock.
Now this is going to turn into a free throw and defensive game. You're still in the 1-and-1. Here's a solid sign. Bella Cates, we see her coming out of the locker room, not in as much pain as she was. You know, we hope that young lady is okay. But this is going to turn into a free throw and 3-point game.
Olivia Tucker getting fouled again. This time it's going to be called against Simone Shields.
I believe after this we'll go double bonus. So you'll I forget the women's game. There is no 1-and-1.
Right.
So used to the men's game.
Yep. Big difference between the men's and women's game. Women, it's on the 5th foul of the quarter that they shoot 2. There's no longer 1-and-1 in the women's game. Men's game is still the previous rule, which is on the 7th foul of the half. It's 1-and-1 until the 10th foul. Then it's the double bonus 2. Tucker, just beautiful strokes, knocks them both down, leads back up to 12 now. They throw it ahead to Simone Shields, who's not a 3-point shooter. Megan Gray drives in. Malia Melton just fouled out of the ball game. Not a wise decision, especially late in the clock. If you're going to do anything, you don't necessarily want to let her lay it in, but you don't want to foul her and give her the chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, with under 50 seconds, excuse me, you do want to just let her lay it in. I'd rather do that than now have the opportunity for a 3-point play and cut it to a 3-possession game. We just mentioned 20 seconds ago it was a 5-possession game. If she makes this one, it's suddenly a 3-possession game.
Maddie Pierce checked out. Drew Gang going offense and defense here. And that was a dangerous look. On the box out, Rose Delmovich got knocked down and rolled right on the back of Camaria Rivera's left leg. Do not want to see that. Delmovich throws it in, and there's going to be a call going against Megan Gray.
And that is a very fortunate call because that was about to be a turnover for Hendrix. Havica was coming back down the lane, but they held Olivia Tucker, who was trying to get loose, and she's going to be rewarded with a couple of free throws.
If you're a young basketball player watching this, I can't stress enough the skill of getting open off the ball with a V cut, an L cut. You can't be really lazy on your cuts, especially late in a game where the other team is trying to come up with a steal, and be physical, knowing that if they draw a foul, that's what you want. They're going to bring in a couple defenders who are a little bit quicker. That's Morgan Skipper and Gabby Hudson.
Olivia Tucker up to 20 points now. She's made 6 straight free throws. I'm not sure any one of them have hit the rim. I mean, they are just pure.
Again, Coach Ritchie is bellowing, quit fouling. Simone Shields driving to the goal. It's going to go against Michaela Primo.
And if you notice, Coach got Camaria Rivera out on the previous possession. I think this is offense, defense, I believe, although I don't see Camaria getting up off the bench. I was looking to see if anybody was looking at her after Domovich rolled into her on the free throw, but nobody is, so I'm going to assume that she is fine down on that end of the floor.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Shields misses her first free throw again, shoots under 50% from the free throw line. Second one is off. but they hustle for the rebound, and now they're going to call Gabby Hudson for the foul against Shelby Heil. A lot of scoring opportunities with the clock stopped, John.
Yeah, exactly what you don't want to have happen. And quickly, Kamaria Rivera back up off the bench just in case there is a missed free throw. She will gather the rebound, I would assume. Malia Melton will not get her 10th rebound because she did foul out, so ties a career high with 9.
Heil makes that free throw. They had missed 2 prior to that by Shields. Heil gets the roll on that one, cuts it to 10. This will make it a 3-possession game if she makes it. It is up and good. Rivera will inbound. She gets it to Tucker. Tucker dribbling into the corner where you don't want to go. Primo meets the pass. Ball's on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball. You just, right now, what I'm seeing against this pressure, which is not really strong pressure, is just youthful moves.
Right.
You don't back dribble into the corner where the baseline and the sideline becomes 2 additional defenders. You got to make good decisions. I think Coach Ritchie's going to have Rose Delmovich check in, get a junior in there to be the inbounder, make better decisions. Tucker and Primo have to do a better job of cutting to get open, protecting the ball in a triple threat position, using their pivot foot.
And you got to find somebody that can get to the middle of the floor to provide some relief. Delmovich going to go Matt Ryan here and throw one deep, and that was going to be deflected away.
Well, it was deflected, and then it went off Tucker, and Tucker tried to sell it. Again, that's Drew Gang had scouted that one because he told his player to cheat. It was coming that way, and McCloria deflected it off of Tucker. Delmovich must have the best arm. It should not be all the way back at the other end. Okay, they're turning the shot clock off because there's 30 seconds left. 9-point game. Just have to be solid. Quit fouling. Take away threes. Even if you give away a 3, just box out, for crying out loud. And Rivera's going to foul. They're just driving.
I don't know if you can hear Coach Ritchie. He said, guys, get out of the way.
Yeah, to Hendrix' credit, they're driving, leaning into the defender and throwing something up just to try to get scoring opportunities with the clock stopped. They have no interest in trying to score. It's just trying to get to the free throw line and score with the clock stopped.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
You know, you have to be sound defensively, and I'm sure Coach Ritchie, when we get a chance to talk to him after the game, he's going to bellow those same sentiments and say, wait, you know, we allowed this game to extend an extra, 5 minutes of actual time.
So Rivera gets the rebound, outlets quickly to Tucker, and she's fouled. She's going to be fouled by Megan Gray. I think that's Megan's 5th, it is. She played a good ball game, hit some big threes for them. Maddie Pierce is going to check back into the ball game, and Tucker's going to go back to the free throw line. As John said, she hit her last 6 free throws, has a career-high 22 points.
Maybe talking to Olivia Tucker today, who's played a really good floor game.
First one is up and in.
Well, she'll have to run sprints for that one because it actually hit the rim, unlike the previous 6.
Knocks down the second. That's nothing but net. A little bit of pressure forcing that. The ball to be thrown with the offensive player coming back. They should not foul. Should not even get close to somebody and try to foul. Pierce lays it in with 11 seconds left. Primo is calling for the ball but not coming to the ball. Havica back dribbles, throws to Tucker. Tucker is going to dribble it out. And Oglethorpe is going to pick up a win that is more challenging than we thought after that 24-9 first quarter. But this will